Bishop Bosco, Reverend Fathers, Reverend Sisters, and my dear friends. Many years ago, when I was in the 7th standard in school, I participated in a singing competition. The song I sang was the song Home Sweet Home. I distinctly remember this occasion because after singing the first verse of the song, I forgot the rest of the song. I smiled at the audience, and the audience smiled back at me. I continued smiling at the audience, and the audience continued smiling at me. They finally smiled me back to my seat. Some years ago, I was very happy to discover the origin of the song Home Sweet Home. There was this young actor, playwright, John Howard Payne from England, who decided to try his luck as an actor in Paris. And so there was young John Howard Payne living in the palace, in the Hotel La Palais Royal in Paris. And one day when he was standing in the balcony of this hotel and watching the streets of Paris, people were walking together, children were playing with one another, young couples in love. John Howard Payne felt very homesick. He remembered his cottage back in England, the family around the fireplace, and tears came to his eyes. He went to his writing desk and he wrote down the words that came to his mind, and they went as follows. Mid pleasures and palaces, though we may roam, be it ever so humble, there's no place like home. Home, sweet home. That's the first verse of the song, and that's the only verse I still remember. My dear friends, our school is like a second home. St. Anne's is like a second home. And just as in our homes, we feel supported, loved, encouraged, we experience affection, forgiveness, inspiration, and strength to go on. So also in St. Anne's, in our school, we have experienced love, affection, inspiration, encouragement, support, strength to go on. On the occasion of our school's centenary celebrations, we cannot forget Father Justin D'Souza. As parish priest of Our Lady of Lourdes Church, he felt at the same time the need, while imparting spiritual values to the people of Our Lady of Lourdes, he felt at the same time a need to respond to the social and temporal concerns of his people. And so he strove might and main to collect the necessary resources, the necessary permissions to establish St. Anne's School on a firm foundation. And I do believe, my dear friends, perhaps more than anybody else, Father Justin D'Souza embodied our school motto, with faith and love alone. Every teacher is called to be a candle, to consume himself or herself so as to bring light to his or her students, and more than that, to empower them to discover the light within themselves. It is in this manner that the staff of St. Anne's over the years, with great love, commitment, and dedication, have striven to bring the best out in each and every student who has entered the portals of our school. Each of you, my dear friends, carry in your hearts and in your minds very precious memories of the years you were part of St. Anne's School. The lessons you learned to face your exams, and more than that, the lessons you learned to face life have stood you in good stead over the years and have shaped your personality. And so it is with deep gratitude, a sense of deep gratitude, joy and love, that we come together again. To share in our joy and our togetherness, we have our chief guest, Bishop Bosco Penner, who is an outstanding teacher and formator. Bishop Bosco, my dear friends, has held many offices both at the national and international level. And there could be many things I could say about him, but permit me to share a slice of life that Bishop Bosco himself shared some years ago with us. When he was in his last year in school, in fact, this experience bears meaning for us on this very special occasion. While Bishop Bosco was in his last year in school, he was part of a cricket team, his companions. And very often he was the last batsman sent in to bat. And quite often, by the second ball, Bishop Bosco was bowled out. And after this happened a couple of times, he was very frustrated. And one day he wrote on a page the various qualities that God had blessed him with. He forgot about that page. Many, many years later, when Bishop Bosco was now rector of the seminary, he chanced to discover that page once again, yellowed with age. And there on the top of the list was the quality that Bishop Bosco discovered in himself as a 10th standard student. I love to teach. And he realized over the years that God had used this particular gift that he had blessed him with in so many different ways to teach seminarians, as a catechist, as an animator of small Christian communities, so on and so forth. Bishop Bosco, you may have not scored centuries on the cricket field, but you certainly scored many tons on the field of life. Thank you, friends, for coming home once again and making our joy complete.
Thank you, Father Gilbert. I'm a huge fan of your homilies and his anecdotes. Come on, people, a round of applause for Father Gilbert once again.